Hi, Abby. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So how are you?
Very well, thanks. How's the half term?
It was good. Busy though, very busy.
Busy. That's good. God, I'm
Yeah.
not sure many people had a busy half term. What did you do? Lots of riding.
Yeah, lots of riding. I was up at like 6:30 most days, so it was
Oh wow, well done.
long days.
What doing riding? Or...
Yeah, so at the moment I'm exercising 6 horses.
Wow.
So it's like an hour to 2 hours on each horse, and then depending if they need to go on the walker or they're going to be lunged, it's
Do you get paid for it, or no? Is that a silly question?
No.
Just for the love of it. That's great. That's good. Okay, cool. Hi, Maya. Hi, Jess. How are you both doing?
Good, thanks.
Did you get up to anything interesting?
Just went on a few walks with my friends.
Nice, good.
Yeah.
And then Maya, have you not decorated your room?
Yeah, I did, but we had such nice weather, so I was
Oh.
outside a lot, and yeah, we had like 20 degrees. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was the same here. It was really, really nice.
Yeah. nice sun all day round.
Yeah. God, you had 20 degrees. You're not even that far away. That's ridiculous.
I know, that was really crazy.
Yeah, it's just rained almost non-stop. Well, it's a lot of rain here anyway.
Yeah.
The same with Jess and Abby. Okay, well, good. Well, I'm glad that you had a nice half time. And yeah, Jess, you went on walks and stuff. So yeah, all good. All right. Well, today then, what I'd like to do is I'd like to, as a 3 to start off with, this is going to help Jess and Maya really, Abby. But as a 3, I'd like to just think a little bit about some off-text improvisation that Maya and Jess can start doing and preparing for. But we'll do it as a 3, and then I'll send Maya and Jess off to kind of work on that together, and then we can kind of catch up about some of your work, Abby. So to start off with, what is off-text improvisation, please? Anybody?
Doing improvisation off from the script.
Yes, good. It is what it says on the tin. It's exactly that. So, obviously the script is there, it's written, you say the words, and that's what you have to do. Off-text improvisation is using the same characters, but kind of leaving the script where it is and thinking of new scenarios in which to put those characters in order to find out more about the character. So there's more characterization, just like we did with hot seating and roll on the wall. We're now going to be doing off-text improvisation. So what do we need to do to kind of start preparing for this, please, Maya or Jess?
Look into situations our characters might be in.
Absolutely, yeah. So you need to we'll focus on. Well, I think to start off, we'll focus on 2 characters, and obviously they've got to be characters who. Actually, they don't have to be characters who would meet each other in the text. Actually, that's interesting. But let's for the moment imagine they are, and we need to think about kind of scenarios or situations in which we can place them. Good. So, what situations or where would be interesting to see the characters? Should we pick a couple of characters first of all? Which 2 should we do?
I feel like Lynn and Victoria would probably be easier to do first.
Which one would be easier to do?
Lynn and Victoria.
Lynn and Victoria, yeah. I was thinking that, and that makes sense. So I suppose we need to kind of come at it from another angle and go, what do we still not necessarily know as much as we'd like to about the characters, and what could we learn from different times and different scenarios seeing them in? What do you think, anyone? What situations could we see? All right. Do we know how they met?
No.
Okay, so that would be quite an interesting scene to explore, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so should we put that as one thing then? So I'm going to make a note of it. You guys might make a note as well. So first meeting. Okay. And what I suggest, we'll think of a few more things in a minute. What I suggest you do when you do this is you try this a few different ways. You try it where you kind of think of a place where they could meet, and then you kind of go into it, and then maybe think of another place where they could have met, and then kind of go into it that way. And it'll just be a case of getting into the character and just talking to each other. Okay, so first meeting, that's an interesting one. What else? What other kind of times, or could we kind of see them, do you think?
like at the beginning of their relationship, where they don't really know each other yet, and they're like getting
All right, so maybe literally we just kind of go. So we got the first meeting, we'll do a bit of that, and then you go, okay, now we're going to imagine it's a few weeks on and they know each other a bit. And do another, okay, so all right, like what should we call that? Early friendship.
Encounter.
Say again, Jess.
Second encounter.
Second encounter. Okay, that sounds like they're meeting aliens, but okay.
Yeah, long.
Second encounter. Okay, good. I can't spell encounter. There we go. Okay. All right. I don't want to just keep going through and go third encounter, fourth encounter, fifth encounter. So what else? What other kind of key things could we kind of, where can we put them? What about kind of if it's, I don't know, something to do with the, they've both got children, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like play group.
Okay, the play group. Okay, so maybe kind of we could say a few weeks in or something, but at a play group. Okay. Anything else? There are bits in between the scenes that I think we could fill in, you see. So there are bits, I don't know, Victoria moves in with Lynn, doesn't she? I think. Is that the way around it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria moves in with Lynn, and so we could almost have the kind of the move-in day or something as well. You could think about that, perhaps. And then I was just thinking, what about kind of way in the future then? Yeah. What about imagining it?
Their wedding.
Yeah, what do you think they would get married?
I don't know.
Isn't that like so about like the patriarchy, man, and all about kind of?
Oh wait, no, gay marriage wasn't legalized till like 2013.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they could get married in 2013, couldn't they? But
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if they would. Like, or how much will they have changed? If you imagine, so let's say that they are, what age are you saying they are in 1979? Early 30s?
Yeah.
Late 20s?
Yeah. Late 20s.
All right, so 29, 30, that's the age. So let's put them, so 89 puts them in their kind of late 30s, early 40s. 99 puts them in their late 40s, early 50s. Oh god, yeah. So
they're like 60. They'd be quite old. Yeah, probably not then.
All right, so maybe not that old, but I think it would be interesting to see it a little bit. Oh, bye, Maya. I think it would be interesting to see it a little bit kind of in the future. And she might have totally changed. Victoria might have suddenly become totally straight-laced again, businesswoman. Hi, Maya. She might have kind of, got back with Martin or, married somebody else. And Lynn might be, I don't know, it'd be interesting just to kind of put them in a kind of a distant kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we say kind of like 2000, which would make them, how old will that make them? God, I'm not very good at maths. So if we said like 1999.
Like 40.
Yeah, about in their kind of 40s. I think that, or 40s, 50s. I think that'd be an interesting kind of time to meet them again. So I'm just going to call it 1999. Let's party like, no, 1999 meeting. I think that's enough to get going on for the moment. And the key thing really is that this is tricky enough if we're on the stage at Claysmore and we could really kind of get into the zone and we had people watching and all the rest of it. It's going to be tricky doing it over Meet. But I want you to really kind of get into it. So the key thing I think really is that you get in character, you start talking to each other, and you don't break character, and maybe even set a little timer so that you're going to carry on talking no matter what in the space until the timer kind of runs off. So why does one of you have a timer on your phone or something? And I think 2 minutes for each one of those is a decent amount of time, and no matter what, you don't break character. How does that sound?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. So and as you're doing it, obviously, you'll kind of after each one maybe discuss with each other about anything that you've learned, make a couple of notes, and then try the next one. So the ones I've got, just to be clear, first meeting, like a second encounter, some kind of meeting at a play group later on in the kind of the early friendship or in the friendship. Then there's the move-in day when they're kind of in a relationship, and then there's that kind of like the 1999 future meeting. Okay, so if you go to the thing now, please, I'll go there as well, and I'll press record so you've got it. Abby, bear with me for a moment. I'll be back in a second. Okay, cool. Great, Abby, how you doing?
I'm doing very good. At the moment, I'm just catching up with the rehearsal log and filling all of that in. So I've answered the 2 questions.
Yep.
What are the main responsibilities of a costume designer? And then as a costume designer, talk about the challenges you may face with this production. And then I finished.
So sorry, just can you remind me what the document's called? I'm just going to try and find it.
Rehearsal log, Cloud9 Production Arts.
Oh gosh, why can't I find it in there?
So
I'll go to people. There we go. Sorry, give me a sec.
Yeah.
Abby Faulkner. God, I'm looking at the title of the task, so this is going to be more difficult. Oh, rehearsal log. Tuesday. No, that's not it.
It's on Google.
Cloud9 rehearsal log. Right. So sorry, you emailed me and I didn't get back to you. I'm sorry about that, Abby. What have you resolved that? Do you think, or do you want to talk about it?
Well, yeah, because like I was wondering because originally we had the idea that you wanted me to do it as if we were doing the full production, so whole cast, etc.
No, well, sorry if I no, I don't want you to do that. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah, I wanted you to do all of the characters,
Yeah,
like that, but not to actually, not to assume that we were putting that on, but just to do all the characters.
Okay, so I did it right then. So what I've done is I started off by doing the full characters which we're doing, and then I will go on to do the other rest, which I haven't done yet. So I don't need to do any more for that, which is good then.
Perfect, very good. Okay, well done. That's good. And how's your health and safety thing?
So my health and safety thing, what I've done is I've done the full thing. I bullet pointed all the parts for each section.
Yeah.
And then I've written on like flashcards, like what each point is about. So when I come to speak about it, I'll just, read bits off that, which then bring it all together.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty good. Have you practiced? Have you filmed yourself practicing the presentation?
I've not filmed myself, but I've gone through it. But that's something that I should do.
I think that's something you could maybe do now. Almost, you could kind of film yourself going through it. Either obviously by doing a couple of screencastifies and going through it on the computer like that with your notes and doing that, or you could obviously just set your phone up and be kind of with your laptop or whatever here, your computer, whatever you've got, and then kind of present it as if, like, I don't mind how you do it. It's just a kind of little
screencastify sounds like the best idea because I can have my face on the screen plus the slide at the same time.
Perfect. The only problem obviously is that you only get 5-minute things on the free version, don't you? So
yeah, but I would just copy because you can save it as a different drive, which then means you can copy and paste it into iMovies, so that you get the screencastify set up, but then something else. So it's kind of cheating the system, but it works.
Abby, I love it. I love cheating the system, and that's exactly what I would do as well. That's great. I pay for the whole thing, but yeah, I completely agree. That's another way of doing it. That's great. All right. So why don't you do that now then, please?
Okay.
Give it a good go, and then I obviously I know it's to do the presentation, put it in the software, and I know you're not necessarily be able to show it to me today, but if you could try and get that, well, not in the lesson, I suppose, but if you can try and get that done, that'd be great. So why don't you do that, and then when should we meet back? Should we meet back at 12:30? Is that going to give you enough time, do you think, or not to finish doing it, but to do the presentation and have it filmed?
Yeah, I could try and do that.
All right, give it a good go. I'm going to stay on here. So if you've got any questions, just let me know. Okay. All right. See you in a bit.
Thank you. Wait, should I leave or should I just stay on here?
Totally up to you. Well, I would leave in case otherwise I might say something and it might kind of interrupt your.
Okay.
So if you've got any questions, email me or come onto here. I will stay on here, but you can leave. Can you make sure you check your emails in case I ask you to come back?
Okay, sure thing.
Great, thank you. Bye. Cool. How'd you get on?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Great. Okay. So what you're going to obviously do now is you need to kind of write this up in your rehearsal logs. So briefly explain a little bit about what off-text improvisation is, and then obviously talk about, go through individually each one, think about the kind of the challenges that you had to think about, and think about kind of what you learned and all the rest of it, and then yeah, that'll be that really. And then next time I see you, or when Missy Yarwood sees you, we'll do the other characters, and then pretty soon we need to have we completely confirmed which bits you're doing yet or not?
Not like completely, but I think it's pretty much
Pretty
what we've
much,
just
yeah.
been doing.
When do you see Mr. Yarwood? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow. I think I'll speak to Mr. Yarwood and say that tomorrow with him, you kind of absolutely nail down the cut version of the script, and that's what you're working on in his lesson. And then when I see you next on Friday, we can do another one of these. But I'll speak to Mr. Yarwood because he might want to do this as well. So we'll kind of go from there. But that's it, basically, everybody. So yeah, all good. Do you have any questions about anything?
Nope.
No.
Not really.
Well, good. Maya, what's your situation in terms of, obviously I don't know if you've been following the news. We don't know for sure exactly what's going to happen yet, and we're kind of waiting for the Prime Minister.
It's pretty likely that we're going to be going back on the 8th.
It is pretty likely. All I would say is just
Yeah.
it's not 100% yet. And this government, if there's one thing this government does, is they change their mind and they kind of go back on things. So just take it with a pinch of salt. But assuming that we do that, do you know what your situation is, Maya?
I haven't really talked to other Germans, but I think I might not coming back on the 8th because just of the quarantine and testing thing, because it's just not worth it. With
I understand.
But I'm not 100% sure. But
okay. All right. Well, I mean, I know it's difficult. You can't even make plans yet because they haven't. Even, so I know it's difficult. Well, we'll make it work in whatever way. But obviously, hopefully, in an ideal world, Jess, we'll be able to be back in and we'll kind of go from there. And we can still do rehearsals like this, obviously, with you if that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. But touch wood, obviously, we can all be back in school soon, and it will be much better.
Yes.
All right, everybody. So cracking on with that then, please. Make sure your rehearsal log's up to date, and then and we'll go from there. I'll let you guys go, I think, and I'll just speak to Abby in a second when she comes back. Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Abby.
Hello.
How have you got on?
Good. I reckon by looks of it, I go for my slideshow. I am. 1 second. My Wi-Fi is very slow today.
Don't worry. So have you actually gone through the presentation?
I've gone through 8 pages of filming.
And actually filmed it, yeah.
And filmed it, yes.
Yeah, okay, great. And so how many more slides do you think there are?
There are 23 in total.
Okay, and how many minutes roughly did the 8 slides take you?
Um,
Not how long did it take you to do, but how many minutes of film is it?
that took me 6 minutes to film.
Right. Okay. Great. Cool.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of crack on with that, then please, and then. So have you got a busy day today?
Nope.
Okay. In which case, are you able to finish that and then put it together as well, or not?
I think probably finish it, but like do all the editing and everything like that, that might take a midday.
Right. What I would say is don't take ages over the editing. Literally just chuck it together. So you don't try and make it pretty. This is just a practice. So just literally, when you've got the things, put them into iMovie, export, put it up. I know your Wi-Fi is not always great, but then put it on YouTube. So okay, well let's say then, please, if you can get all the filming done today, don't spend ages on it. It's just a kind of a rough go. And then if you can maybe get the video uploaded and sorted by Wednesday.
Yeah. Sounds
okay.
Good.
And then once it's finished, if you send me a copy of it, of the link of the YouTube link, send Mr. Yarwood a copy of it, and then also upload it to your rehearsal log as this is a practice presentation. Okay. Mr. Yarwood and I can then have a look at the presentation, give you a bit of feedback, and we can then work out when you're going to actually do it for real.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, thanks, Abby. Sorry, I'm sorry that it means that at the moment you're working on your own thing and the girls are doing the other thing. I know it's not much fun, probably. So hopefully, when we're all back, it'll be a bit better. But yeah. All right, nice seeing you.
Okay, thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.